DJ here with ACHV PEAK, and today we're going to go over 10 resistance band exercises for back. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to leave a comment and let us know what you thought about this video. For everyone who has commented on our videos, thank you very much. We appreciate all the love you're giving. Feedback, recommendations for videos. We are listening to you and we are getting back to you, and that is why this video today is getting made. So keep doing that, and thank you for that. So let's get into our 10 resistance band exercises for back. So right here I got my resistance band, and our first one is going to be wide stance shrugs. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to spread those feet out nice and wide, and then the goal here is actually to eat up as much band as possible in between your legs. So as you can see, if I let go, there's only like 5 to 6 inches of band there. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take that band and we're going to shrug. So you may have to stack a few bands to make this a little bit tougher. I'm just doing this to show you. I'm not actually trying to get a workout here. There we go. So I'll turn sideways for you. Try to get a nice wide stance. The wider the better. So when you're pulling and getting that contraction, it's in line with those muscle fibers, which is going to be better than actually just going straight up and down like a traditional shrug. So that's exercise number 1, which is wide stance shrugs. Exercise number 2 is still standing, and we're going to do a Y raise. So for the Y raise, I'll do it front facing. We're going to have a slight bend in those elbows, and then we're going to lock it in that spot. And then we're going to have a slight bend in our hips, not our back, in our hips. We're going to lean forward just a little bit, and then we're going to go straight. We're going to rotate those shoulders externally. So we're getting external rotation of our shoulders right here, working those lower traps, rear delts, rotator cuff muscles. There we go. You don't need a lot of weight for this. This is Y raises. Here we go. Good controlled movements. There we go. So that's exercise number 2, Y raises. For the next few exercises, we're going to go to the ground. Our first one is going to be seated W raises. So for this one, wrap the band around at least 1 foot to prevent it from sliding, as well as creating less actual band length, so you can keep steady tension while you're doing this. So as you can see, my band already has tension. If it wasn't wrapped around my foot, it'd have to be way back here before it actually started getting tense. So right here, we're gonna have that upper part of your arm. It's gonna be parallel with the ground when we're doing it. So here we go, parallel with the ground, elbows at roughly about 90 degrees, and then we're going to do another external rotation of the shoulders. So this is great for those rotator cuff muscles. If you have shoulder issues, this is going to help out tremendously. If you don't have shoulder issues, do this exercise so you can prevent shoulder injury and issues. Here we go. Again, you don't need a ton of weight for these. When you go back, really get that squeeze, get that contraction. There we go, feeling good. There we go. So again, that's just external rotation of the shoulder. We're not going fast, we're not going heavy. So that's exercise number 3, which is seated W raise. I got my wife's hair on me, story of my life. All right, exercise number 4 is seated reverse flies. So we're actually going to keep the band around at least 1 foot. You may be able to go to 2, depends on the actual thickness or resistance of your band. So feet back out in front of us. We're going to have, again, slight bend in the elbows, and then we're going to lock those elbows. They're no longer going to move from here, and then we're going to take it. So actually I lied. I'm going to have to go with around both feet because it was too loose. There's too much band length here. So now when it's straight out in front of me, the moment I begin to pull it away, there's tension, as you can see. So this is seated reverse flies. This is exercise 4. So here we go. Slight bend in the elbows and then lock them. And then we'll reverse fly. You'll feel those shoulder blades pull together, opening up that chest. There we go. Feel it in that mid-back right between your shoulder blades. You want to keep your shoulders packed down when you're doing this. You don't want to be up here in a shrug. You want those shoulders to be down and back when you're doing this. Here we go. I'll turn sideways. So reverse flies. One more time. There we go. So that's exercise number 4, reverse flies. Exercise number 5 is going to be seated face pulls. So again, this one, please wrap this around your foot or 2 feet. Do not have the band just going around your feet, just one way, no actual loop. The loop is great because obviously it shortens the band and it prevents that band from sliding off your feet. There are a few YouTube videos of people doing resistance band movements, mainly kids, and it's smacking them. It's kind of funny, but I can't imagine the pain that they feel having a band hit them in the face. Don't be that person, and definitely don't have it on film if you do it. Okay, so face pulls, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it and we're gonna pull up to our chin. And so you have a slight external rotation of your shoulders, but your lower arm, the forearm, is actually not really going to externally rotate here. So you're going to have a big bend in your wrist, and I'll show you from the side. So we're pulling up, and then as you can see, my wrists are bending as I'm coming up. So this is W, this is face pull. Again, good rear delt, good trap movement. There we go. So that is face pulls. That's exercise number 5. Exercise number 6 is going to be a seated neutral row. So I'm going to wrap this around both of my feet. For a lot of these rows, it's best to have it around both because you have tension the entire time. And so the goal is the entire range of motion, or as much of the range of motion as possible. You want resistance against that muscle. And so right here you can see the moment I begin to pull, my band is stretching. So I have resistance. If you're out here and that band is hanging like that, you have no resistance, so you're no longer working that muscle. Okay, so exercise number 6 is seated neutral row. So we're gonna have about a 45-degree angle in our hands, and then we're gonna pull back right to our rib cage. Almost kind of the lower middle part of that rib cage. We're gonna pull back. If you need to, you can also kind of lean back a little bit if you have the balance. Help increase that range of motion all the way forward, all the way back. When you get here, get that contraction in the back. Give it that extra little pull. That's when you always hear me saying, squeeze. That's what I'm talking about. And I know you guys know what I'm talking about because I get plenty of comments on it. So here we go. This is a neutral row. I'll show you from the side. Here we go. There we go. So exercise number 7 is going to be a seated wide row. So we're going to take the bands, keep them exactly where they are. And instead of a neutral grip, we're actually going to have an overhand grip right here. And then we're going to come wider, and it's actually going to come across your lower chest, even just a little bit higher around the nipple area. And we're going to try to pull those bands apart. And now you should feel it out there. Those shoulder blades. Lower traps, I'm gonna get some action. There we go. So you can feel the difference just in that little bit of movement from down here to up here. Trying to pull it apart makes a big difference on the muscles being worked. So this is seated wide row. This is exercise number 7. All right, exercise number 8 is seated reverse grip row. So reverse grip row is gonna target your lats a lot more. And unfortunately, when you're not attaching your bands to anything, it's really tough to get really good lat activation and focus on those lats. But this is probably the best exercise you can do to target your lats. Your lats are that muscle right there. And if you have it built up, kind of gives you the turtle shell look. It helps you do pull-ups, helps you do a lot of things. So reverse grip row, we're gonna have our palms facing up, and then your hands and arms are gonna stay as close to you as possible. So they're gonna kind of run right up your leg. So here we go, and we're gonna have those bands at your waist or at your belly button right there, and then we're gonna squeeze. And when you get back there, really squeeze. That's gonna get that lat activation, really contract that lat. Here we go. Nice and low. Palms are staying underhand grip the entire time, palms facing up. Nice and close to your body. Elbows going straight back. Here's a side view of reverse grip rows. Right there. Remember, when you get here, you might feel like this is as far as you can go, but then you can squeeze it. Gotta get that squeeze. All right, there we go. So that's exercise number 8. Exercise number 9 is seated pullbacks. So this time we're gonna have an overhand grip, so our palms are gonna be facing down. You're gonna have a very slight bend in your elbows. Then what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna shrug, because if your arms are long, you don't have T-Rex arms. If you have your shoulders packed down and back, you're gonna hit the ground. We wanna avoid that. So what we're gonna do is shrug a little bit, and then we're gonna come back. So that's working that serratus muscle, getting a little lat action in there. The serratus one is, if you've ever seen somebody who's like super shredded, they have all those little bumps right there, that's that muscle right there. So here we go, pull it back. The further back you pull, the more you can feel it activating. I'll go sideways. So this is seated pullbacks. This is simulating, if you've ever seen people on a cable machine, which is pull downs, or with dumbbells, it's going to be pull over. You're going to have your back on the bench sideways. You're going to be perpendicular to the bench, and you're going to be pulling that weight from back behind you over your head. There we go. So this is seated pullbacks. There we go. All right, our last and final exercise, we're going to go back to standing, and it is a lower back exercise. So in a lot of our videos, you hear me talk about, even with the Y raises earlier, when you bend, you should be bending at the hips. This is one of 2 exercises, I believe, that I'll ever tell you to bend at the lower back. And that is because this is specifically designed to work your lower back. So what we're gonna do is we can step on both of them, or step on them with both feet, and then wrap it up and around almost like you were doing a squat. And then we're gonna bend over at the back. Nice controlled motion. Get that 90 degree with your body. Upper body parallel with the ground. There we go. I'll go sideways, so we are bending at the back right here. At the lower back. Nice controlled movements. There we go. So that is 10 resistance band exercises for your back, and I actually have a little bonus exercise if you are trying to get some more lat activation, kind of get that turtle shell look, like you got wings going on back there. If you have the flexibility and you also don't have a large midsection, you should be able to do this workout. So I'll show it for you. So what we'll do is we're gonna wrap the band around our feet. You're probably gonna wanna stack multiple bands for this. And so we're gonna straighten those legs out, and then we're actually gonna bend over. And as you can see, I have like maybe 2 to 3 inches of band right here. And so I'm gonna bend over, and then I'm gonna pull down, just as if I was doing a lat pull down on a cable machine. Here we go. So you're gonna wanna pull those arms down to those shoulders. There we go, and that's gonna get you some more lat activation without actually having to attach your band to the top of a door or to the ceiling or anything like that. That's about the only exercise I can come up with to get some serious lat activation and simulate doing pull-ups. So, if you like these videos, don't forget to hit that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to leave a comment and let us know what you thought about the videos. Also, if you want, I've been thinking about doing some live videos, possibly a live workout. If you're interested in doing a YouTube or Facebook live workout, hit us up with a comment in this video. Let us know if you're interested in that. If we are doing a live workout, let us know what kind of live workout or a live video. It could be exercises, it could be a Q&A, whatever. We're open to ideas, so let us know. And also, we have a Facebook page. It's ACHV PEAK on Facebook. You can see it down in the comments. So check that out as well. Go join our Facebook page. We're working on getting an actual Facebook community together so we can chat back and forth. If you have questions, you can post it in the group and really kind of build up our community around our workouts and around ACHV PEAK and just better health and wellness, exercise, nutrition, all of that good stuff. So if you're interested in that, go check us out on Facebook. If you're interested in live videos, leave a comment and let us know that you're interested in it. And until next time, see you guys.